So what we're going to try to do is create a virtual instrument. We want to make music from sounds that we recorded around the house. So I recorded myself hitting the lid of a pot, and let's see what we can do with that. The first thing we got to do is convert it potentially, and I've downloaded it here in an M4A as an M4A file. That's probably not going to work in Mixcraft, so the first thing we'll have to do is convert it to a WAV or an MP3 file. And to do that, we're going to open up VLC Player and go Media, Convert Save. We're going to add a file to this, and it's going to be in our Downloads folder. Ting3, we'll open that up. The next thing to do is to convert and save. And we're going to select Audio MP3, that's good. And we'll browse for the destination. I'm just going to go right back to Downloads, and I'll give it a name. Let's call it Ting3 MP3, and it will be in an MP3 container. That's perfect. Click Save and Start. And if we go over here now, we've converted this to an MP3. And hopefully you were able to hear that. So that's step one. Step two is we want to do some editing with that. So I'm going to open up Audacity. And what I actually took a couple of different samples. And what I'm going to do is select one of them that I like. So I'll bring Audacity over here. I'll open up the containing folder, and I'm just going to drag that MP3 file in. You can see if I tried with the M4A, here's why we had to convert it. We get an error message. It's not going to work inside of here. And we can see the different samples. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the cleanest one is this one. I'm going to select it, hit Control D, and that duplicates the selection, and then I'll delete the first track. We can also drag this if we want to, back to the start. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, click the plus here. Maybe I went too far there. Oh no, that's all right. I'm going to get rid of all of this, Control X, and I'm going to play it. That's not bad actually. Maybe it's a little bit long, I don't know. I could probably delete some of this off of here. There's going to be a little bit of sound resonance, or whatever the fancy audio term is for it. But I think we're probably okay here. Okay, so what I'll do now is export file, export as, I'll do it as a WAV file, and I'm going to call this Ting3 WAV, and it will add a .wav extension. I could put a name in here if I wanted to. I'm just going to click OK. I can close this. I don't need to save the project. And now we should have 3 files. We've got the original from my phone. We've got the MP3, which was the initial conversion using VLC Player. And now we've got our output in a WAV format edited through Audacity. All right, we're fine to get into Mixcraft. Let's open up Mixcraft. Okay, so if we were to just drag this file in, the WAV file, let's see what happens. Okay, it drops it onto an audio track, that's fine, it's going to work, but it's not going to do what we want it to do. Zoom in a bit. So we go back to the beginning here, and it just simply plays once, and we could copy that and paste it and duplicate it, and we're going to get noises. But again, that's not actually what we want. I'm going to delete all of those. I could delete that as well. What we want to do is create an instrument out of this, because the tone is not going to change on that. But watch this. What we'll do is we'll go here to change instrument. We're going to go to virtual synthesizers, VST, all right? And then we'll select alpha sampler. From alpha sampler, what we'll do is we will click edit. And now we can load a sample. So we'll go to load. It's defaulted to my download folder, and I want the WAV file. Remember, the WAV was the one that we edited, because the MP3 contained 4 or 5 samples. We'll select the WAV, click open, and then we'll go to musical typing, and hopefully, if everything works, we now have an instrument. This is really quite cool. And the last step, of course, would be to record. So we'll arm the track. We'll click the record button. And we'll stop. Now here's a really neat thing. Yes, we've created notes, we've entered them inside of here. We could actually even go in and click on sound, and we can edit those notes if we want to. So we can drag these, we can shorten them, we can lengthen them, we can add notes. So we could put 3 notes together so we get a chord of some sort. I don't know how that's going to sound. Okay, it sounds terrible. That's okay. The point is not how it sounds. It's just let's get sound in there. And so this instrument that has low and high notes, you can see how simple that was to create. All right, the next thing that we can also do is change the instrument, and this is quite powerful. So we're not just limited to the sound that I recorded. We could click, for example, acoustic guitar. And just like that, if I've done this right, I got to select one first. We'll go classic guitar. There it is, classical guitar. And now when we play this back, we have a classical guitar. By the way, I can unarm this now. We can change it to whatever we want. We could select a keyboard of some sort. We'll just take Celeste. Okay, play it. And therein lies the power of using software like this to not only create an instrument but also to change the instrument that we've selected. Okay, I hope that helps. And that's it. Over and out.